Majority 2, my answer is going to be H1 is 2. Right. So, and I outlined that, prior to this year, right? My core scenario, if you watch the videos prior, in December or even October, November, my core scenario that we will break through this level in H1 by March, right? That was my core scenario. And I basically alluded that this is very similar to 2008. 2008, the financial crisis, it tapped out in October, right? And by March, we reached the bottom. So there were a lot of parallels being drawn between 2008 and the current market, right? Let's pause that for a second. Let's do our time travel machine. Sit and just travel. Okay, so October, right? Market reached the peak in October, not December, and it reached the bottom in March. Obviously, not the same financial condition. Lehman and Bear Stearns is not collapsing. So, in terms of magnitude, I said we're not going to reach 50% drop, even though in technology we're 35% drop was pretty similar. And then we reach the bottom, we're going higher, right? So that was my thought process, and I thought that this current earnings is going to be a lot worse. Not a lot worse. It's just like you can't really say that Microsoft, Amazon, or Google or Apple had a stellar earnings, but I thought the reaction would be a lot worse, right? People are going to anticipate, and then just the wheels will come off the market and will reach the bottom. Similar process. So that did not happen, obviously, right? Value stocks, home builders, they're at 52-week high. So then the question becomes, is this just a normal pullback, a little bit more aggressive pullback in the bull market? It will revert and the bull market will resume, or we travel back, and does this look more like 2001, 2002? Right, we reached the peak again September, October, and then in 2000 and 2001 we reached the bottom, very similar. We rebound. I don't know what was the rebound here. Yeah, something similar. Spiders up 25%, right? Spiders up 25%, and we reached the top February, right here, February, March, and then continuation and down. And we reached the bottom in 2002, 2003. So my opinion now basically shifts. I still think this is a bear market, right? The reason that the fact that everybody, all my friends that got beat up significantly last year, they kind of weren't listening to me, and now they're kind of saying, well, I lost money last year, or had a big drawdown. Now it's time to get back into the market, right? Now this is the time to get back, all aboard, fear of missing out, and we buy everything. My opinion hasn't changed. If you look at I said that the core scenario we reached the bottom on March. The worst case scenario, we reach the bottom by end of the year. So now I'm basically saying, yes, we're gonna have 20, 25, 30% rally. It's just a rally in the bear market. And we will have this, we will have a drop, right? We'll reach the stop January. Here we reached it in March. Was it March 25th of 2002? Again, we could be off by a couple months. Here the market reached the top in October, now it reached in January. So if you just push this couple months forward, then probably May. So we reached the top in May after 25-30% rally, and then another leg down. Why, right? Just because this is also doesn't look like we don't have September 11, thank God, right? We don't have September 11, we don't have the war in Iraq. We don't have, this is inflation issue. Here was an inflation or COVID, so it doesn't have to be this way, right? Just like it could be like 2008, where the soft landing guys say, well, this is 2008. We reached the bottom in March, a little bit early. Sorry, we reached the bottom in October, and then we bull market continues. Few reasons why I don't think this way. Well, and that doesn't change, right? Okay, so sorry, I'll give you my opinion. I didn't ask your opinion. Okay, sorry. So let's do this again, right? So this is H1 answer 2, right? Then the question is this 2008 in terms of timing, right? We reached the bottom in March, October, and now continue going rally. Here, the October bottom, we continue going lower. So the question is for H2. Are we going to be at 1? Are we going to stay in this range 2? Or are we going to finish 3, right? And we're talking about H2 end of the year, right? So where are we going to end up end of the year?